Softball Championships. Today's second game matches the number 4 seeded Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets and the number 1 seeded Western Washington Vikings. The Yellow Jackets entered today's game with a record of 16-26. The Vikings entered today's game with a record of 37-10. First, let's meet the non-starters for Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. Number 1, Riley Warden. Number 4, Shelby Wazalewski. Number 6, Caitlin James. Number 8, Emily Brevig. Number 10, Mia Anderson. Number 11, Madeline Elbert. Number 15, Grace Hood. Number 16, Kendall Klemp. Number 17, Elena Troxel. Number 20, Alexis Tovar. Number 25, Peyton Roberg. And now let's meet the starters for the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. Leading off, the center fielder, number 12, Marley Nieto. Batting second, the catcher, number 3, Kaylin Galvin. Hitting third, the left fielder, number 14, Brian Locke. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 28, Jaslyn Kalehua-Vehi. Hitting fifth, the second baseman, number 7, Lauren Blaschek. Batting sixth, the right fielder, wearing 00, Winter Hurst. Hitting seventh, the designated player, number 27, Ashley Akers. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 9, Avery Gray. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 2, Kennedy Dipwick. And in the flex position and pitching, number 21, Emily Waters. The assistant coaches are Brittany Fisher and Sonia McCormick. The head coach is Joe Yegi. Now let's meet the non-starters for the Western Washington Vikings. Number 3, Rachel Traxler. Number 5, Gracie Huston. Number 9, Kayana Kong. Number 10, Emily McCutcheon. Number 13, Joey Baker. Number 17, Evie Messena. Number 21, Chase Flip Williams. Number 23, Haley Kim. Number 32, Alexis Slater. And number 99, Paris Della Magori. Now let's meet the starters for the Vikings. Leading off, the third baseman, number 8, Malia Andrews. Batting second, the second baseman, number 15, Kalehua Patel. Hitting third, the shortstop, number 1, Haley Rath. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 38, Emma Andrzejewski Ramirez. Hitting fifth, the first baseman, number 19, Olivia Matlock. Batting sixth, the designated player, number 24, Mallory Johnson. Hitting seventh, the center fielder, number 16, Layla Carpenter. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 14, McKenna Plum. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 2, Lexi Barton. And in the flex position and pitching, number 7, Allie Kimball. Assistant coaches are Sharina Labason, Leah Francis, Hanako Hurai, and Ashley Jacobson. The head coach is Cheryl Gilmore. The anthems were performed at the previous contest.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to game number 2 of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference 2025 Softball Championships. Once again, we are here at the beautiful Halle Field on the campus of Northwest Nazarene University in what is turning out to be the Chamber of Commerce week, as the weather is just gorgeous. It's about 70 degrees. There is no wind at all as both flags lay still against the flagpole, as you can see on your screen right now. And you take a look at the defense here for Western Washington, of course led by Player of the Year Malaya Andrews at third base. And we will get it started. Your Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets, the 4 seed into today's ball game, 16-26 overall, 11-11 in conference play. The Vikings, the number 1 seed, 37-10 overall, 21-3 in conference play. Allie Kimball set to face off against the leadoff hitter, Marley Nieto. And first pitch is up for a ball. Nieto hit .391 on the season. 10 doubles, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Yellow Jackets making their first appearance in the GNAC tournament in the last 10 years. They did it in clutch fashion this last weekend. They had traveled here to Northwest Nazarene University and were able to get 3 of 4 from the host Nighthawks and spoil the Nighthawks' chance to host here at the conference tournament. We fall to 3-0. We'll have a defensive conference around the circle. So Billings goes 3-4 last weekend to earn their bid here in the GNAC. So Kimball will reset 3-0 against Nieto. And a swing and a miss as she has the green light. 3-1. Nieto, a first-team all-conference outfielder. Fouled off, and we'll go to 3-2. So full count. First batter of the ball game. And Kimball rallies and comes back for first strikeout on the swing and a miss. Now batting the catcher, Kaylin Galvin. Honorable mention, all GNAC selection. 298, 11 doubles, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs this season. First pitch up and out. Ball 1. Ball 2. Kimball receiving encouragement from her infield. Comes right back, swing and a miss for strike 1. 2-1 here on Andrews, or excuse me, Nieto. Galvin. Can't seem to look in the right place. And the ball's lifted into shallow center field. Shortstop's going back. She's going to make the grab over the shoulder. And Rath goes over her left shoulder for the nice play for the second out. Bryn Locke steps in, left fielder for the Yellow Jackets, hitting .350 this season. 9 doubles, 14 home runs, 39 RBIs. First pitch is down. Ball's up into down the left field line. Looks like there might be room, and there is, as Rath is able to get over there all the way against the fence and get the foul fly ball for the third out of the inning. So in the top half of the first, Montana State Billings goes down in order. They score no runs, and Western Washington is coming to bat.
Here's to the ones who are always there.
These are pretty yummy.
Because being there is everything.
I heard you're not feeling too good.
That's why at Blue Cross of Idaho, we're making sure the care you need always has a way to find you. Down any road. Or around the corner. Doing more. Giving back.
Thanks.
And going further. Everywhere it matters.
It's a good day.
Blue Cross of Idaho.
And here we go into the bottom of the first inning. The Vikings will be facing Emily Waters. Waters is 9-9 on the season, 4.63 ERA for the Yellow Jackets. Leading it off for Western Washington, the co-GNAC Player of the Year, first team selection, Malaya Andrews, hitting .500 on the year, 18 doubles, 3 home runs, 38 RBIs. The lefty will step in and take ball 1. Ball down, 2 balls, no strikes. And in there for strike 1, moves to 2-1. Ball down. Ricochets off the catcher and the umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike. She's going to take ball 4 inside, and we've got our first base runner of the afternoon. Andrews is 10 of 10 in stolen base attempts this year. She is tied for the tops on the team as Crum has 10 and Carpenter has 9. So in the box is Kanelahua Patoy. Patoy squares to think about a sacrifice bunt, but goes back, takes ball 1. The second baseman's hitting .370 this year. Second team selection in the GNAC. Delayed steal, and Andrews picks up second base. Time called by the catcher, so they'll have a defensive conference in the circle. Andrews moves into scoring position, setting the table for Patoy. So we're set back to action. Pitch is down and away. 3 balls, no strikes. In there for strike 1, 3-1 to Patoy. And comes back with 2 in a row. Full count. Pitch, swing fouled straight back Into the screen by Patoy. Line drive to the second baseman, but then the ball is mishandled at second base by the shortstop, and then it rolls slowly into left field, and Andrews did not realize that she probably could have come up and challenged for third. But the line out to second baseman gives us one out and brings Haley Rath to the plate. The shortstop is a first-team all-conference selection. She takes ball one. And ball two. That ball's driven into left field. Left fielder's going back all the way to the wall. It's off the wall. She's going to cruise into second base, and now she's going to turn it into a triple. She slides in, and she is safe. And then moves home as the throw gets through and into the dugout. So she's going to get a triple, and here you're going to see it on the replay. That ball is driven to left field. There it is off the wall. The throw is picked up, and in the slide, kind of in the dust and chaos there, the ball slips through and goes out of play, scoring Rath. So a triple and an RBI. Emma Andrzejewski steps in, the catcher, first team catcher in the conference, hitting .357, 47 RBIs, and she'll look to start the rally over. Takes ball down, 2 balls, no strikes. That ball's outside. 3-0. And 4 straight balls sends Andrzejewski down to first base. So a visit to the circle for Montana State Billings. Olivia Matlock set to step up to the plate. The first baseman, honorable mention, GNAC honors, hitting .313 with 37 RBIs on the season. Quick mound visit for Montana State. Matlock steps in. First pitch is down. Just one out here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a foul ball straight back for Matlock. Waters resets. Another foul ball. Matlock seems to be on time. That one just a little bit off the hands. Nice crowd. You can see, I mentioned earlier in the first game, the pitch is up but swung and fouled off. Halle Field is a amphitheater style seating. You've got your permanent seating that you can see on camera, and then to the left and the right of that is a hillside with grass and people spread out on their blankets and just kind of scattered throughout the ballpark. She waits and fouls that one off down the line. Matlock stays alive. There is action out in the Montana State Billings bullpen. Looks like the lefty Akers may be throwing. Pitch again fouled off, this time up on top of the Johnson Sports Center. Halle Field sits hard up against the south end of the Johnson Sports Center here on campus. It's a nice wind block in the springtime when, if the wind is whipping around, protects the field pretty nicely. Here 1-2 again to Matlock. Again protects the plate, fouls it off into the screen. Waters got already delivered 19 pitches here in the first frame. Fouls it off again. And Waters hangs in there and gets the strikeout for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the ball game. That brings to the plate the designated player, number 24, Nairi Johnson. Takes ball one. In for strike one. 1-1 to Johnson. Andrew Jeskies down at first base. That pitch is fouled off. To the right side, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch fouled off again to the screen. Waters resets with the sign. The pitch is low, gets underneath the catcher. Andrew Jeske is going to move down to second base on the wild pitch. So now Johnson's got a runner in scoring position. So a 2-out single could help the Vikings' cause for sure. Ball's hit in the air. It's in foul territory. Oh, she made it interesting. But Kalahuavehi makes the grab in foul territory to end the Vikings inning. But not before the Vikings score 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1 complete, Montana State Billings 0, Western Washington 2. We move into the top of the second inning. Leading off for Montana State Billings, their honorable mention all-conference first baseman Jaslyn Kalahuavehi. Jaslyn hit .276 this year, 9 home runs, 31 RBIs. Hit 3 home runs last weekend here at Halle Field, including what turned out to be the game winner in game 4. A 2-run shot straight away to center field. First pitch is up for Allie Kimball. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Two one. Looks like action has settled down out in the Billings bullpen, so we'll see if Waters comes back out for the second. Called strike. 2-2. Foul ball. Straight back off the screen. Western Washington comes into today's ball game winners at 10 straight. Another good pitch, another good swing as Kalahuavehi stays in the at-bat. Yeah, 10 straight wins for Western Washington as they open tournament play. Right now, Western Washington, since the GNAC Softball Tournament has been in existence, it's a pitch, and it's up. Move to 3-2. Since the tournament's been in existence, Western Washington's won 3 and Northwest Nazarene has won 3. So Western's looking to get their 4th trophy this week, and then that would put them in the GNAC lead overall. Another swing and a foul ball. Had a great weekend last weekend where Western Washington swept the 3 seeds, Simon Fraser University, and outscored them 24-3. So the bats were going last weekend. And that ball's hit solid into the left center field gap, and it's out of here. And Kalahuavehi connects again and sends that one over the left center field wall. first home run of the GNAC tournament was a well-struck ball to left center field for Jaslyn Kalahuavehi. So that gets one of the runs back and brings to the plate Lauren Blaschek. Blaschek, a .302 hitter, 3 home runs on the year, 16 RBIs. That ball's up. Boy, that's a nice at-bat by Kalahuavehi. Fought those pitches off until she got one she could handle. There's one in for strike one. 1-1 to Blaschek. Able to see her play last weekend and did a nice job at second base for MSUB. That ball's up in the air. Patoy is there for the Vikings to get the pop out for the first out of the inning. The right fielder, Winter Hurst, steps in for her first at-bat of the ball game. .328 hitter, second team GNAC selection, as well as the conference newcomer of the year. So Hurst with a decorated season. Takes for ball 2. Ball outside, 3-0 on Hurst. As the green light pops it up, and it's a foul ball, pop up out to the third baseman. For the second out of the inning. Andrews over to make the grab. Designated player Ashley Akers. Nope, looks like we're going to already have a change here. Going to bring 25. That's Peyton Robergs. So Robergs will step in against Kimball. Ball is fouled out of play. Kimball back in with the sign. Robergs off the hands, up into the middle infield, and Rath comes in and makes the grab. And that'll retire the Yellow Jackets in the top of the second, but they do score 1 run on 1 hit. A squared up ball that goes over the left center field fence for Kalahuavehi. And after 1.5, it's 2-1 Western Washington. Leading it off for the Vikings, the center fielder, Layla Carpenter. She takes first pitch strike. Lefty with her first at-bat of the afternoon. Ball fouled off directly back into the screen. As Waters jumps out up front. 2 balls, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two. That ball goes down after it, goes straight into left field. A well-hit ball, but right at the left fielder, Barkham. That brings McKenna Crum up to bat, the right fielder. Where's number 14, left-handed hitter? Takes ball 1 or strike 1. Not sure if that was, if she offered at that or it was called. As it was not looking at the monitor, I was looking at live action, and we're stationed above the third base dugout, so it's kind of a tough angle for me to see that. The lefty delivers, ball's shot into left field for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by McKenna Crum. The single brings up the left fielder, Lexi Barkham, as she is in the 9 spot, so we've worked our way through the order for the first time here for the Vikings. So lefty on lefty matchup here. That ball is on the ground, and a tough play tried by the second baseman. So Barkham picks up the hit on the tough hop. That would have about had to have been perfection to try to pick that and get a throw over, because of where that ball had bounced so high that it appears that Barkham had it beat down the line if there would have been a throw. But there was not, and that takes us back to the top of the order. And Malaya Andrews, who walked in the first inning, stole second, and then scored on the triple by Rath. Ball's up, 2 balls, no strikes. So, second inning in a row that Western Washington put pressure on the Vikings defense. 3-0. There, Waters bounces back with a 3-0 strike. So 3-1 here to Andrews. Ball's up for ball 4, second walk in as many innings for Andrews, and the bases are loaded now for Western Washington. And a defensive conference now in the circle for the Yellow Jackets. Connie Lahua Patoy coming to bat, the second baseman, with an opportunity to plate some runs. Waters back in the circle, ready to face. She delivers a first pitch strike to Patoy. Saw the replay of the single there. That ball is up, but she did go, so we're going to get an 0-2 count. Takes ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball's fouled off to the right side. Patoy hangs tough. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And ball 2. One out on the board. Double play is in order. Billings defense playing midway. There's the pitch and the foul ball. Billings playing to cut the run off the plate on a hard hit ground ball. And the take for 3-2. So the payoff pitch here to Patoy. And it is outside for ball 4. So Patoy picks up an RBI on the back-to-back walks now. And Western Washington plates their 3rd run. Haley Rath steps in, the shortstop, hitting .356 on the year. She tripled in the 1st inning. There's her first swing. She's going to push the right fielder back. And that is going to be a sac fly as she picks up another RBI. Jumps on that first pitch. And that's 2 down. 2 down in the inning. Emma Andrzejewski, the catcher, steps up. Oh, great cut at a fastball. Fouls it straight back. Runners at 1st and 3rd for the Vikings. Another swing on a fastball, straight back. Andrzejewski with 47 RBIs this season, so she's might have a chance to add to that total here. That ball is hit hard, and she will, as she singles in the 5 hole to score another run for Western Washington. Nice piece of hitting there, puts runners at first and second. Looks like the Yellow Jackets are going to make a change. We've got Billings head coach Joe Yegi in talking to the official, and so our new pitcher is number 6, Caitlin James. So taking a look at the line for Caitlin James, she's 5-13 overall. She's made 26 appearances, which is the most appearances for any of the Yellow Jacket pitchers. A 7.46 ERA, 91 innings pitched, with 31 strikeouts on the season. She inherits 2 base runners from Waters, but we do have 2 outs in the inning, so the righty will look to put an end to the Vikings' rally. So Olivia Matlock steps in, first baseman. First pitch swinging. Shortstop's got a beat on it, just on the edge of the dirt, and that'll retire the inning with 1 pitch. However, not before Western Washington scores 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 runners left on base. After 2, Vikings lead it 5-1. We move to the top of the 3rd. Avery Gray will lead it off for Montana State. Kimball steps into the circle. Get the inning started. First pitch strike to Gray. Swinging a foul ball over the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes here for Kimball against Gray. Again, Foul straight back. Gray fights it off. Count remains at 0-2. Ball might be in play in foul territory, and it is. Matlock comes in and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Kennedy Dipwick, the shortstop, comes to bat for MSUB, 297 on the year, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. Nice play there by Matlock to negotiate the foul territory. First pitch strike to Dipwick. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Two. Ball off the hands, up and caught by the second baseman, Petoy. So a soft liner. Takes Billings back to the top of the order. Center fielder Marley Nieto steps in. She struck out in the first inning. There's a fly ball into shallow center field, and hustling in is Carpenter to make the grab for the third out of the inning. So Billings goes quietly, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. Vikings lead it 5-1. There you see the GNAC bracket. Looking for the first game tomorrow to be a 10 a.m. matchup between the winner of this ball game right here and St. Martin's, who defeated Simon Fraser earlier this afternoon. Leading it off for the Vikings, the designated player, number 24, Nyree Johnson. Called strike 1. Change up for ball one. That ball's hit on the nose, line drive into the left center field gap. Center fielder backhands it. She's going to look to go for two, and she slides in safely. And Nyree Johnson hustles for the double. Layla Carpenter steps in, the center fielder, with a runner in scoring position. First pitch strike to Carpenter. Carpenter flew out to the left fielder in the second. 0 for 1 today. Healthy swing at that, fouls back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes now to Carpenter. Fouled off in towards the Western Washington dugout. Comes back out into the field. So James will reset in the circle. The changeup gets her for strike 3. First strikeout for James. McKenna Crum up to bat, the right fielder. James delivers a first pitch strike to Crum as well. Comes right back after with another fastball for the second strike. Ball put in play. Second baseman comes over to make the grab, but no, she beats it out. So a base hit for Crum, moves the runner to third as she uses her wheels and singles. So first and third for the Vikings. Lexi Barcom steps up, the left fielder, left-handed hitter. One out, so the sacrifice fly is in order. Crum takes the double play out of play by stealing second base. Second and third now for Barcom. Ball outside. 1-1. Barcom takes a healthy cut at that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Turns it over. And Kaluavehi is able to make the out and hold the runners unassisted at first base. So 2 down now for the Vikings here in the bottom of the third. That brings the big stick back to the plate. Malia Andrews. takes strike one. Probably a better situation right now, 2 down, to have your best hitter at the plate, chance to drive in a couple runs. Takes ball one. Malia had 38 RBIs coming into today's ball game. Ball's up and he moves to 2-1. Fly ball into shallow center field, and the second baseman, Blaschek, is able to slide over and make the grab. So that will retire Western Washington. In the third, they score no runs on 2 base hits. There were no errors, and they leave 2 runners on base. After 3 complete, Vikings 5, Billings 1.
70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Leading off the top of the fourth for Montana State, the catcher, Kalen Galvin. Kimball, through 3 innings, has 41 pitches thrown. That's up for ball one. Ball's fouled off right behind the plate. Catcher looking to have a play. Nope, just over the screen. Good hustle there by Andrzejewski. One ball, one strike. Ball's up, 2-1. And ball up again. Three balls, one strike. Oh, that ball's hit well down the line. It is going to be a fair ball, and that is a home run for Kalen Galvin down the left field line. So Billings strikes back here in the top of the fourth.
Now batting number 14, Bryn Locht.
Bryn Locht will step in, the left fielder. First pitch strike, 2 locked. One and one. In on the hands. Ball over behind third base. Shortstop Rath comes over and makes the grab. One out brings to the plate the first baseman, Jazelyn Kalahuavehi, who homered in the second. Pair of solo home runs is how Billings has done their damage today. Kalahuavehi in the second inning had a terrific at bat against Kimball. Fought off numerous pitches. And that was straight back off the Halle Field sign. I don't know where the crowd mic is, but boy, it picked that up. So 1-1. The take for ball 2. Another one off the end of the bat. Shortstop's going to fade into shallow left field, and Rath takes care of that one as well. And Lauren Blaschek will step in, the second baseman for Montana State Billings. Blaschek popped up to the second baseman in the second. And another pop-up, and looks like Rath might be able, nope, she's going to give way. And Barkham comes in and makes the grab just inside the line for a fair ball out to end the inning. Billings scores 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and no one left on base after 3.5, 5-2, Western Washington.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
We lead off the bottom of the 4th. Western Washington second baseman, Connie Lehua Patoy, will start us off. Caitlin James still in the circle for Billings. Ball low. That ball's hammered up the middle. Nice piece of hitting by Patoy as she rips one up the middle for her first hit of the afternoon. 1 for 2 with a walk. Now on first base is Patoy. Haley Rath steps in, the shortstop. He's 1 for 1 today and also plated a run. Had an RBI triple in the first and then sac fly, and that ball is ripped into the gap. That's going to one-hop the wall. Patoy's going to take it all the way home as Rath slides in for an RBI double. So Rath with a nice piece of hitting there. That brings the catcher, Emma Andrzejewski Ramirez, to the plate. That's going to go straight to the shortstop. So the soft liner for the first out of the inning. Olivia Matlock will step in. 0 for 2 today, strikeout in the first, pop fly to the shortstop in the second for Matlock. Out in front, foul ball down the left field line. She waits on it, drives it down the left field line. Is it fair or foul? Looks like it's, I can't see that part of the park because of the press box. And it stayed in. You had a better view than I did there. It stayed in off the wall. And we're going to have some discussion. So now there's a little bit of a discussion now that it may have hit the white pole, and if it did, that means it's a home run. So we'll see. Right now we know it's at least an RBI, and she's standing at third base. So we'll find out what part of the pole that it hit. The coach did not initially Coach Gilmore did not make any motion like it was a home run because she was dealing with the runner, and she had the go signal go the whole time, and she was wheeling that runner around third after it ricocheted off. To be honest, myself and official scorer Josh Burkholder, who's sitting directly to my left, we can't see that foul pole because of the wall of the press box. So the truth is the replay may be our best bet as far as from an unofficial standpoint. So the call is, and I can hear the umpires talking, was that the ball was below the home run pole, which should have been. He should have had a pretty good view in a three-man crew. I mean, he had run down the line to look at it. So that'll be a triple for Matlock, and she picks up an RBI. And there's a first pitch strike. This is Nyree Johnson stepping in. One and one. Quite a lot of discussion about that. I think we're kind of split down the middle about folks who think that was a home run or not. So there's a ball dug out of the bottom to the shortstop. She's going to come up and make the grab. Oh, and then a terrific play by Kalahua Vehi to tag the runner. So the 6-3 ground ball for the second out will plate Matlock for the third run of the inning. And Layla Carpenter will step in, take strike one. Ball outside, 1-1. Hit at the second baseman. And Blachek will flip it to first base for the out. So a productive inning for Western Washington. They score 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. And nobody left on base. At the end of 4, it's 8-2 Vikings.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Starting off the top of the 5th for Montana State Billings, the right fielder, Winter Hurst. Fly ball into left field. Back to the edge of the grass. And making the grab is Barcombe. Peyton Roberge, the designated player, will step in. First pitch, swinging foul ball. Fly ball into shallow left field. Rath is back to make the play. 2 fly balls give us 2 quick outs. Now the third baseman, Avery Gray, will step in. Nope, we're going to have a pinch hitter. That'll be number 15, Grace Hood, in as the pinch hitter. Hood takes first pitch strike. Fouled straight back. No balls, 2 strikes. Check swing, foul ball. Over the screen and down the right field line. Western Washington here in the first game of the postseason in 2025. Of course, looking to repeat an amazing postseason last year where they were the Division II runner-ups. And really picked right up where they left off at the end of last year this year with a 37-10 overall record and cruised through conference at 21-3. Swing and a foul ball for Hood. There's the pitch and the swing and the miss for the strikeout. That ends the top of the 5th on no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th with the Vikings leading 8-2. We move into the bottom of the 5th. Leading it off is the right fielder, McKenna Crum. The Great Northwest Athletic Conference Softball Championships. Of course, what's at stake is the automatic bid to the West Regional. Western Washington is currently 4th in the regional poll. And that ball swung on and goes into the right center field. Center fielder's drifting over and makes the grab. Nieto got a good jump on it. Western Washington currently ranked 4th in the region. The first 2 seeds, they split that region. East Bay right now is number 1 and San Francisco State is number 2. So if it ended like it is today, they would both halves of that regional would be in the Bay Area. Lexi Barcom, your left fielder. That ball's pulled down the line and taken unassisted by Kalahuavehi. So the ground ball will take us back to the top of the order. Malia Andrews, your third baseman. Oh for 1 today. She's got a pair of walks. And then popped out to the second baseman in the third. Two balls, no strikes. Oh. 3-0. 3-1. Andrews should have a pretty good opportunity at a pitch to hit here. 2 down, base is empty. There it is, swing into center field. Drifting over is Nieto, and she makes the grab to retire the side. Vikings go quietly in the 5th. 2 fly balls and a ground ball, score no runs. And at the end of 5, it's 8-2 Western Washington.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we start the 6th inning. New pitcher in the circle for Western Washington. That's singled right up the middle. Kennedy Dipwick leads it off on the first pitch from Kayana Kong. Kong this year 9-0 with a 1.31 ERA. Up to the top of the order, Marley Nieto. Ball goes to the second baseman. Nice grab, and she'll take the for sure out at first base. Nice diving stop there by Blaschek, or excuse me, Patoy. Kaylin Galvin steps in, the catcher for Billings. Homered in her last at bat, right down the left field line. 1 for 2 today. Kennedy Dipwick moved to second base on the ground ball out. Ball is fouled off onto the Johnson Sports Center roof. Kong in the circle, gets her sign. Fly ball into shallow left field. Barkham comes in to make the grab. Two down. Bryn Locked, your left fielder for the Yellow Jackets, steps in 0 for 2 today, 345 on the year. She's got that runner in Dipwick at second base, waiting in scoring position. Ball's down, back pick down to second base. Andrew Jeske gives it a toss, and Patoy Puts the tag on for good measure, but she's safe. Ball 2. Line drive right at the shortstop. Good catch by Rath. Nice piece of hitting by Locht as she'll line out to end the inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one runner left after 5.5. The Vikings up 8-2. Leading off for the Vikings here in the bottom of the 6th. Kanalehua Patoy. 1 for 2 today. That ball's popped up into foul territory. Looks like there might be a play on it. And there is. As Kaliehu Avehi comes in and makes the grab in foul territory. Haley Rath steps in. Shortstop today, 2 for 2. Triple and a double. She's also got 3 RBIs. And the changeup gets her out front for strike 1. Takes down for ball 1. Solid line drive out to right field for Haley Rath. Squared that ball up and drove it right at Hurst. Now batting the catcher, Emma Andrzejewski. 1 for 2 on the day, swings at the first pitch. She's got a single in the second inning. It was an RBI single. She walked in the first and lined out to the shortstop in the 4th. Little offensive conference there. One and one. Ground ball to the shortstop. Took a tough hop, came up and hit her in the shoulder. Nonetheless, that's an error. So Andrew Jeske reaches on the E6. Looks like we're going to have pinch runner. It's going to be number 23. Haley Kim out at first base, I believe. Swing and a miss for strike one on Olivia Matlock, first baseman. She's 1 for 3 with an RBI triple in the fourth. That was the controversial triple that some say may have hit on the fair foul pole above the fence. I guess depending on who you ask. Either way, she did score on a ground ball shortly after that. So ball's in the dirt. They're going to try to pick. Nope, the ball is loose. So Andrew Jeske, who's being run for by Haley Kim, picks up second base. So Kim stands at second with Matlock at the plate, 2 down. Ball well hit to center field, and coming straight in with a beat on it is Nieto. And the line out to center field will end the inning. So no runs on no hits. There was one error, and we leave one runner on base. And after 6 complete, your Vikings looking to close it out here in the top of the 7th. They lead it 8-2.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Into the top of the 7th we go. Behind the plate, the new catcher, Paris Delamagori. And leading it off is Jaslyn Kalahuavehi. This is her first at-bat against Kong. First pitch is ball, down low. Another defensive change for Western Washington is Rachel Traxler is out in left field. Comes back with a 2-1 called strike. Ball's hit hard up the middle. Base hit for Kalahuavehi.
Now in left field for the Vikings, number 3, Rachel Traxler.
We have a pinch runner for Kalahuavehi.
Pinch running for the Yellow Jackets, number 1,
That'll be number
Riley
1, Riley Warden.
Now batting number 7, Lauren Boschek.
Lauren Blaschek checks in to the batter's box, the second baseman. Takes ball 1. Foul ball down the left field line. Kong gets your sign in the circle. And ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And swing and a miss. Two. Moves count to 3-2. On top of that pitch, fouls it off of her foot. Rolls over towards the Western Washington dugout. New life for Lauren Blaschek. No outs here in the top of the 7th. And a called third strike will record the first out of the inning. Kong gets the corner, and that'll bring Winter Hurst up to the plate. The right fielder for Billings. Hurst today 0 for 2. 2 fly balls, 1 fouled out to the third baseman, and then a fly ball out to left field. 1-0. Into right field, fly ball, camped under it, and makes the grab as Crum. Montana State down to their final out. Here. Ashley Akers will make her first at-bat of the day. The designated player, Peyton Roberg, had hit for her the first 2 at-bats. Now she'll step back in. It's going to be lifted to the shortstop, and the soft line drive will wrap it up for Western Washington as they pick up the victory here in game number 2 of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference Softball Championships. They win it 8-2 over Montana State University Billings. So we'll move to action in the winner's side of the bracket tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We'll be here ready to bring you the action with 2 games following on the elimination side at, I believe it's 12:30 and 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon. But either way, we'll be back on the air tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., as you'll watch the Vikings face off against St. Martin's University. So thanks for being with us this afternoon. For Evan O'Kelly at the GNAC, for Josh Burkholder here at NNU, I'm Craig Stensgaard. Hope you enjoyed today's ball game, and we will see you tomorrow for more Great Northwest Athletic Conference Softball Championship action.